Hello, and thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to be cooking chicken and cheese quesadillas and Mexican rice or Spanish rice and refried beans. So I'm going to need the quesadilla seasoning mix, Solasta spices, butter, flour tortillas. I'm going to use Fiesta cheese, but you can also use queso if you want. There is queso in this blend. And a pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast. And for the Spanish rice, I'm going to use frozen corn. I'm going to use frozen mirepoix with the onions, carrots, and celery. I'm going to use frozen peas. This version will not have bell peppers. There is a version that has bell peppers, and you can add them if you want. That's up to you. And going to need chicken broth, salt, pepper, chili powder, turmeric, cumin, oregano leaves, tomato sauce, tomato paste, oil, green onions, cilantro, and of course basmati rice or long grain rice. You can use fresh garlic if you like, but I didn't come here today to chop things. The only thing I'm really going to be chopping is the cilantro, the green onions, and I'm going to be slicing the chicken into chunks for the quesadillas. I've melted a half a stick of butter, and I have added the packet of quesadilla seasoning, and I'm going to give this a stir, and then I'm going to coat the chicken with it. So my chicken is coated with the butter and seasoning mixture, and now I'm going to put it in the oven on 375. Let's take a look at our measurements. We have 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. You can also use saffron if you have saffron in place of turmeric. That is what gives Spanish rice its distinctive yellow color. We have cumin, 1/2 teaspoon, chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon, oregano, 1/2 teaspoon, salt, 1/2 teaspoon. We have 1 tablespoon of the jar garlic, 1/3 cup tomato sauce, 2 tablespoons tomato paste, 1/4 cup of oil, 1 1/2 cups of basmati rice. We have a 1/2 cup of frozen corn, a 1/2 cup of frozen peas, and a 1/2 cup of the frozen mirepoix, which is carrot, celery, and onion. And we have 2 1/2 cups of chicken broth. First step is to heat the oil so we can toast our rice. We're toasting our rice now. We're just going to get it slightly golden. We're not going to try to brown it or anything like that. You're going to let it sizzle for a minute or two, and then you're going to give it a stir. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and I've been stirring, about every 30 seconds or so. And you can really smell that toasted rice. It really smells good. I just love the way toasted rice smells. So now it's time to start adding. I'm going to add the chicken broth. Now, if you're vegetarian, you can use vegetable broth, okay? And then we're going to add our vegetables. And then we're going to add our spices. And then we'll add our garlic and tomatoes, or our tomato sauce rather, our tomato paste. Well, that just doesn't want to come out of there, does it? There we go. And our garlic. Going to give that a stir. Going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to cover it. So we've brought this to a boil now, so we're going to stir it. Make sure nothing sticks. We're going to cover it, and we're going to turn this down to about 4 and let it simmer. And I'm going to check it in about 10 minutes. I have a couple of last minute items. I have some cilantro, which I keep on the side because my husband doesn't like cilantro. I have a 1/3 cup of green onions chopped up. I'm going to put those in during the last 5 minutes of the cooking process on the rice. I chopped up the chicken, okay. I removed it from the pan, chopped it, put it in a bowl, and then I added the pan juices back into the chicken. That makes it juicier, more flavorful. So the rice has been cooking for about 10 minutes. I gave it a stir, I gave it a taste. It needs about 10 more minutes. It usually needs about 20 on simmer. So I had it on about 4 on the dial for about 10 minutes, and now I've turned it down to low for the last 10 minutes. And about the last 5 minutes, I'm going to add the green onions. I'm going to melt 2 tablespoons of butter. I've added 2 tortillas, and on half of each tortilla, I have put cheese. On top of that layer of cheese, I have put a layer of chicken. On top of the chicken, I put another layer of cheese. Time to turn the heat back up. I've folded the quesadillas. I'm going to mash them as flat as I can. And when this gets brown on one side, I'll flip them and brown them on the other side. So I gave them a flip. Now I'm going to let the other side cook. I'm going to put them on a cutting board here, and using this meat cleaver or a pizza cutter, I'm going to slice these in about 4 slices on the diagonal. Now with this recipe, with the shredded cheese instead of melted queso, you get a compact, neat little quesadilla that you can pick up in pieces and eat. One last note about the Spanish rice. I like lime served with it because I like to squeeze lime onto the Spanish rice. I think it just really wakes up the flavor. You could also add salt at this point if you wanted. I try not to add a lot during the cooking process because it's tricky and you could get it too salty, and you don't want to do that because once you have too much salt, you just can't take it away. Not from something like Spanish rice, not without ruining it. But anyway, it's a beautiful, fluffy Spanish rice with little vegetables in it. It's absolutely delicious. It's mild. It's not hot or spicy, but you can make it hot or spicy if you want. Thank you for watching. So there we have it, 2 quesadillas with chicken and cheese, Spanish rice, refried beans topped with cheese. I have a shot of Texas Pete here because my husband likes some extra heat in his food. I have some salsa here. I have some sour cream there. So there you have it. I appreciate you watching. Thank you and have a great day.